Since I'm applying to MD-PhD programs next cycle, I need to know what research opportunities are available at each of the different programs. And since I wanted to create this resource for myself, I figured why not just share with others as well. So what I've done here is I've compiled a list of all the PhD programs available at all 121 MD-PhD programs. These are all LCME accredited MD programs that also give a PhD to interested students. LCME is the Liaison Committee on Medical Education, and let me go ahead and get into what an MD-PhD is real quick. And actually, before I do that, I want to mention this is a long video. I think this resource is really helpful to me. Hopefully it's helpful to someone watching. I don't know if it's the most interesting to watch as a video. It may be more interesting just to listen to this one. Not sure. Also, since it's long, I will include timestamps below to help guide viewers for the different PhD programs at specific colleges. So with that said, what is an MD-PhD program? These are typically 8-year programs where a student will become trained as a doctor of medicine, really a physician, and then a doctor of philosophy, which is a research degree. A student who wants to do these programs wants to become a physician scientist. So not just a physician, not just a scientist, but someone who can blend these two areas, these domains of helping people into a really unique chimera. I'm interested in these programs, and I'll be applying in May 2026 to get into an excellent MD-PhD program. And I'm interested in a ton of these programs, and I wanted to go ahead and make this video also to help myself too as a reference for me in the future. So hopefully it helps someone else as well. I wanted to mention that I'm basing this content off of a previous resource that I've developed. This is a web application and it's live. You can go to it right now. You can type usmedschoolmap.onrender.com. That will get you to the website. And I can say it again one more time, usmedschoolmap.onrender.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom of that webpage, there's going to be a table that lists out all 160 LCME accredited medical schools in the United States, and 121 of those have MD-PhD programs. That's a data set that I compiled myself manually by looking at all the different med schools. I wanted to offer it for free to everyone. Hopefully that helps. As I go through this list, I want to give some notes just for us to keep in mind as we go through these. One is that the admissions requirements for PhD programs can vary. So at some schools, when you apply to their MD-PhD program, you don't have to submit a separate application for the PhD program. What I mean by that is you don't have to submit a GRE or a writing sample or any other specific graduate program applications. However, at other PhD programs, you do have to do that. So you do want to keep in mind that PhD applications can vary. Like I said, in some programs, if you're admitted into the MD-PhD, then you're guaranteed admission into the PhD program. At other programs, you do need to come up with your own specific requirements. So for example, let's say you want to do a humanities PhD and an MD-PhD. Some humanities programs, like say philosophy, will require you to submit a writing sample as part of your MD-PhD application, whereas a biological sciences program probably wouldn't require you to do that. Another really important point to clarify is as I went through all these programs, I realized that most programs really focus hard on the biomedical sciences. But several schools do offer programs in social sciences, art, engineering, things like that. A lot of these schools will also have many different options for PhD programs. However, it's usually the impetus of the MD-PhD student applicant to make a case for why they should do a PhD in that program. Other schools may offer only a handful or maybe even one PhD program, and that doesn't mean that they're not good schools or anything. It just means that they really focus on one domain or one area for research. With those qualifications in mind, I'll mention that the format for this video is for me to briefly mention the school name to differentiate whether it's an MSTP or not, and then to get into the PhD programs available. What is an MSTP? Excuse me. MSTP is a designation that means that the National Institutes of Health provides specific funding for that MD-PhD program. MSTP stands for Medical Scientist Training Program, and these are in terms of prestige and funding, some of the most prolific at producing physician scientists and gaining NIH funding and all those things. And they've been, again, designated by the NIH as specific programs for training physician scientists. There are non-MSTP schools that also get some funding for doing that as well. So that's one key term to note. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Our first college here is Albany Medical College. This institution is in Albany, New York, and it is a non-MSTP program. The PhD programs available at Albany Medical College include immunology and microbial disease, molecular and cellular physiology, neuroscience and experimental therapeutics, regenerative and cancer cell biology. Getting to our next institution, we have Einstein, specifically Albert Einstein College of Medicine in Bronx, New York. This is an MSTP program, and the PhD programs you can do here include biochemistry, cell biology, developmental and molecular biology, clinical investigation, genetics, microbiology and immunology, molecular pharmacology, experimental pathology, systems and computational biology. Next, we have Texas Christian University Burnett School of Medicine in Fort Worth, Texas. This is a non-MSTP MD-PhD program, and the PhD program you can do here is a partnership with University of Texas at Arlington to earn a PhD in biomedical engineering. Next, we have Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. This is an MSTP, and you can do cancer and cell biology, chemical, physical, structural biology PhD, development, disease models and therapeutics, genetics and genomics, immunology and microbiology. You can also do neuroscience, quantitative and computational biosciences. You can also do bioengineering at Rice University with their long-standing partnership between the two institutions. Next, we have Boston University, RMV Chobanian and Edward Avedissian School of Medicine. This institution is in Boston, Massachusetts. It is a non-MSTP. PhD programs you can do here include anatomy and neurobiology, behavioral neuroscience, biochemistry and cell biology, bioinformatics, biomedical engineering, biophysics and physiology, chemistry. And also, you can do genetics and genomics, neuroscience, virology, immunology and microbiology, molecular and translational medicine, pathology and laboratory medicine, pharmacology, physiology and biophysics, nutrition and metabolism. Next, we have Carle Illinois College of Medicine in Urbana, Illinois. This is a non-MSTP. Many programs are available. Here, all PhD programs offered on campus are available for MD-PhD study, including accountancy, aerospace engineering, agricultural and applied economics, agricultural and biological engineering, just took a quick sip of water. Next, we have animal sciences, anthropology, architecture, art education, art history, astronomy, atmospheric sciences, biochemistry, bioengineering, biophysics and quantitative biology, business administration, cell and developmental biology, chemical engineering, chemistry, civil engineering, classical philology, communication, communications and media, community health, comparative literature, computer science, crop sciences, curriculum and instruction, East Asian languages and cultures, ecology, evolution, and conservation biology, economics, education policy, organization, and leadership, educational psychology, electrical and computer engineering, English, entomology, ecology, evolution, and behavior, finance, food science and human nutrition, French, geography, geology, German, history, human development and family studies, human resources and industrial relations, industrial engineering, informatics, information services, Italian, kinesiology, landscape architecture, linguistics, materials science and engineering, mathematics, mechanical engineering, microbiology, molecular and integrative physiology, music education, musicology, natural resources and environmental sciences, neuroscience, nuclear, plasma, and radiological engineering, nutritional sciences, pathobiology, philosophy, physics, plant biology, political science, Portuguese, psychology, recreation, sport, and tourism, regional planning, Slavic languages and literatures, social work, sociology, Spanish, special education, speech and hearing science, statistics, systems and entrepreneurial engineering, theater, theoretical and applied mathematics, veterinary medical science, comparative biosciences. Our next institution is Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. This is an MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry, biomedical and health informatics, biomedical engineering, cancer biology, cell biology, clinical translational science, epidemiology and biostatistics, genetics and genome sciences. We also have immunology, molecular biology and microbiology, molecular virology, neurosciences, nutrition, pathology, pharmacology, physiology and biophysics, systems biology and bioinformatics. Awesome. Our next institution is Florida Atlantic University Schmidt College of Medicine in Boca Raton, Florida. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include integrated biology with a biomedical sciences concentration and integrated biology with a neuroscience concentration. Next is Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science at Chicago Medical School. This is in North Chicago, Illinois. Non-MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cell biology and anatomy, cellular and molecular pharmacology, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience, physiology and biophysics. Next we have Columbia University Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York, New York. This is a MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry and molecular biophysics, biological sciences, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, pathology and cell biology, cellular, molecular, and biophysical studies, chemistry, computational biology, epidemiology, genetics and development, microbiology and immunology, neurobiology and behavior, pharmacology, molecular signaling, physiology. Next, we have Cooper Medical School of Rowan University in Camden, New Jersey. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biomedical engineering. Next, we have Creighton University School of Medicine in Omaha, Nebraska. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biomedical sciences, medical microbiology and immunology, pharmacology and neuroscience. Next, we have the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra University. In Hempstead, New York, this is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include the molecular basis of medicine. Next, we have Drexel University College of Medicine in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry, biomedical engineering, microbiology and immunology, molecular and cell biology and genetics, neuroscience, pharmacology and physiology. Next, we have Duke University School of Medicine in Durham, North Carolina. This is a MSTP. PhD programs include all PhD programs offered on campus. These include art history and visual studies, biochemistry, biology. I should stop to mention if there's an asterisk on any of these names, then that is an established program where there's already an agreement between the department and the medical school for the MD-PhD program. That's mentioned on the website. Continuing on, we have biomedical engineering, biostatistics and bioinformatics, business administration, cell molecular biology, cell biology, chemistry, civil and environmental engineering, classical studies, cognitive neuroscience, computational biology and bioinformatics, computational media, arts and cultures, computer science, cultural anthropology, developmental and stem cell biology, earth and climate sciences, ecology, economics, electrical and computer engineering, English, environment, environmental policy, evolutionary anthropology, genetics and genomics, German studies, history, immunology, integrated toxicology and environmental health, literature, marine science and conservation, material science and engineering, mathematics, mechanical engineering and material science, medical physics, molecular cancer biology, molecular genetics and microbiology, music, neurobiology, nursing, pathobiology and translational biosciences, pharmacology, philosophy, physics, political science, population health sciences, psychology and neuroscience, public policy, religion, romance studies, sociology, statistical science. Next, we have Emory University School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. This is an MSTP. Programs include behavioral sciences and health education, biochemistry, cell and developmental biology, bioengineering at Georgia Tech, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, biostatistics and bioinformatics, cancer biology, chemistry, environmental health sciences, epidemiology, genetics and molecular biology, health service research and health policy, immunology and molecular pathogenesis, microbiology and molecular genetics, molecular and systems pharmacology, neuroscience, nutrition and health sciences, philosophy, physics, population biology, ecology and evolution, psychology, sociology, women's gender and sexuality studies. Next, we have Dartmouth Geisel School of Medicine. This is in Hanover, New Hampshire. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include all PhD programs on campus, namely biochemistry and cell biology, biological sciences, cancer biology, chemistry, cognitive neuroscience, psychological and brain sciences, computer science, earth sciences, ecology, evolution, environment and society, engineering, health policy and clinical practice, integrative neuroscience, mathematics, microbiology and immunology, molecular and systems biology, physics and astronomy, psychological and brain sciences, quantitative biomedical sciences. Next, we have Georgetown University School of Medicine in Washington, D.C. This is, at least according to my research, non-MSTP. I should also say, too, that in general, I've done my best to research all these programs. There are some things that could be incorrect, so definitely I highly recommend you do your own research. Just continuing along, though, according to my research, the PhD programs that I was able to find for Georgetown include biochemistry and molecular biology, biostatistics, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience, pharmacology and physiology, philosophy, namely bioethics, tumor biology. Next, we have the Harvard, MIT, MSTP program. Located in Boston, Massachusetts, this is a MSTP and a direct partnership between Harvard and MIT. That's why we see both logos here. PhD programs. So all PhD programs offered at Harvard and MIT are available for MD-PhD study. At Harvard, the PhD programs include African and African American Studies, American Studies, Anthropology, Applied Mathematics, Applied Physics, Architecture, Landscape Architecture and Urban Planning, Astronomy, Bioengineering, Biological and Biomedical Sciences, Biological Sciences and Public Health, Biomedical Informatics, Biophysics, Biostatistics, Business Administration, Business Economics, Byzantine Studies, Celtic Languages and Literatures, Chemical Biology, Chemical Physics, Chemistry and Chemical Biology, Classics, Comparative Literature, Computer Science, Earth and Planetary Sciences, East Asian Languages and Civilizations, Economics, Education, Electrical Engineering, Engineering and Applied Sciences, English, Environmental Science and Engineering, Film and Visual Studies, Germanic Languages and Literatures, Government, Health Policy, History, History of Art and Architecture, History of Science, Human Evolutionary Biology, Immunology, Inter-Asian and Altaic Studies, Linguistics, Materials Science and Mechanical Engineering, Mathematics, Medical Sciences, Middle Eastern Studies, Molecular and Cellular Biology, Music, Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, Neuroscience, Organismic and Evolutionary Biology, Organizational Behavior, Philosophy, Physics, Population Health Sciences, Psychology, Public Policy, Quantum Science and Engineering, Religion, Romance Languages and Literatures, Slavic Languages and Literatures, Social Policy, South Asian Studies, Speech and Hearing Bioscience and Technology, Statistics, Systems Synthetic and Quantitative Biology, Virology. At MIT, we have PhD programs including Aeronautics and Astronautics, Architecture, Biological Engineering, Biology, Brain and Cognitive Sciences, Chemical Engineering, Chemistry, Civil and Environmental Engineering, Computational and Systems Biology, Computational Science and Engineering, Earth, Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences, Economics, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, Health Sciences and Technology, a joint program between Harvard and MIT, History, Anthropology, and Science, Technology, and Society, Institute for Data Systems and Society, Linguistics, Materials Science and Engineering, Mathematics, Mechanical Engineering, Media, Arts and Sciences, Microbiology, MIT Sloan PhD program, and then the MIT WHOI joint program in Oceanography, Applied Ocean Science and Engineering, Nuclear Science and Engineering, Operations Research Center, Philosophy, Physics, Political Science, Program in Polymers and Soft Matter, Transportation, Urban Studies and Planning. Next, we have the Howard University College of Medicine in Washington, D.C. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include Anatomy, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Biology, Chemistry, Genetics and Human Genetics, Microbiology, Pharmacology, Physiology and Biophysics. Next, we have the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. This is in New York, New York. It is an MSTP program. PhD programs include Biomedical Sciences, Neuroscience, Clinical Research. Next, we have Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is an MSTP. PhDs include Anatomy and Cell Biology, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Cellular and Integrative Physiology, Medical and Molecular Genetics, Medical Neuroscience, Microbiology and Immunology, Musculoskeletal Health, Pathology, Pharmacology, Toxicology. Next, we have the Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences at the University of Buffalo in Buffalo, New York. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include Biochemistry, Biomedical Engineering, Biomedical Informatics, Cancer Genetics, Genomics and Development, Cancer Prevention, Cell Stress and Biophysical Oncology, chemical and biological engineering, epidemiology, experimental therapeutics, genetics, genomics, and bioinformatics, mechanical and aerospace engineering, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience, nutrition and exercise science, oral biology, pathology and anatomical sciences, pharmacology and toxicology, physiology and biophysics, structural biology, tumor immunology. Next, we have Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a MSTP. PhDs include anthropology, astronomy and astrophysics, biochemistry, cellular and molecular biology, biological chemistry, biology, biomedical engineering, biophysics, biostatistics, cell biology, cell and molecular medicine, cellular and molecular physiology, chemical biology, chemistry, classics, clinical investigation, cognitive science, comparative thought and literature, earth and planetary sciences, economics, English, environmental health, epidemiology, French, functional anatomy and human evolutionary studies, geography and environmental engineering, German, global disease epidemiology and control, health policy and management, health systems, history, history of art, history of medicine, history of science and technology, human genetics, human nutrition, immunology, interdisciplinary humanistic studies, international health, Italian, Jewish languages and literatures, mathematics, mental health, molecular biophysics, molecular microbiology and immunology, Near Eastern studies, neuroscience, pathobiology, pharmacology and molecular sciences, philosophy, physics, political science, population, family and reproductive health, psychology, public health, social and behavioral interventions, social and behavioral sciences, sociology, Spanish. Next we have the Kaiser Permanente Bernard J. Tyson School of Medicine Caltech program. This is an MD-PhD partnership program between these two institutions. This is in Pasadena, California. It's a non-MSTP. PhD programs include all PhD programs offered at Caltech. These include aeronautics, applied and computational mathematics, applied mechanics, applied physics, astrophysics, biochemistry and molecular biophysics, bioengineering, biology, chemical engineering, chemistry, civil engineering, computation and neural systems, computer science, computing and mathematical sciences, control and dynamical systems, electrical engineering, environmental science and engineering, geobiology, geochemistry, geology, geophysics, materials science, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical engineering, neurobiology, physics, planetary science, social and decision neuroscience, social science, space engineering. Next we have the Keck School of Medicine of USC and the Caltech Partnership Program. This is in Los Angeles, or Keck is in Los Angeles, California. Non-MSTP PhD programs include select PhD programs offered at USC and then all Caltech PhD programs. At USC, PhD programs include cancer biology and genomics, development, stem cells, and regenerative medicine, medical biology, molecular structure and signaling, biological sciences, neurosciences, molecular and computational biology, engineering, preventative medicine, and then at Caltech, we mentioned these, but to go over it again, aeronautics, applied and computational mathematics, applied mechanics, applied physics, astrophysics, biochemistry and molecular biophysics, bioengineering, biology, chemical engineering, chemistry, civil engineering, computation and neural systems, computer science, computing and mathematical sciences, control and dynamical systems, electrical engineering, environmental science and engineering, geobiology, geochemistry, geology, geophysics, material science, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical engineering, neurobiology, physics, planetary science, social and decision neuroscience, social science, space engineering. Next, we have the Lewis Katz School of Medicine at Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include cancer biology and genetics, infectious disease and immunity, molecular and cellular biosciences, neuroscience, organ systems and translational medicine. Next, we have Loma Linda University School of Medicine in Loma Linda, California. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include anatomy, biology, cancer, developmental and regenerative biology, earth science, epidemiology, infection, immunity and inflammation, neuroscience, systems biology and bioengineering, nursing, nutrition, physical therapy, psychology, rehabilitation science, social welfare and social research, systems, families, and couples. Next, we have the Louisiana State University Health, New Orleans School of Medicine in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cell biology and anatomy, human genetics, microbiology, immunology and parasitology, pharmacology and experimental therapeutics, physiology, neuroscience. Next, we have the Louisiana State University Health Shreveport School of Medicine in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is a non-MSTP, and PhD programs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cellular biology and anatomy, microbiology and immunology, molecular and cellular physiology, pathology and translational pathobiology, pharmacology, toxicology, and neuroscience. Next, we have the Stritch School of Medicine at Loyola University, Chicago, in Maywood, Illinois. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry, molecular and cancer biology, cell and molecular physiology, integrative cell biology, microbiology and immunology, molecular pharmacology and therapeutics, neuroscience. Next, we have the Marshall University John C. Edwards School of Medicine in Huntington, West Virginia. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biomedical research. Next, we have the Mayo Clinic College of Medicine and Science in Rochester, Minnesota. This is a MSTP. PhD programs include biomedical science with concentrations in biochemistry and molecular biology, biomedical engineering and physiology, clinical and translational science, immunology, molecular pharmacology and experimental therapeutics, neuroscience, regenerative sciences, virology, and gene therapy. Next, we have the University of Texas Health, Houston, McGovern Medical School at Houston, Texas. This is an MSTP. PhD programs include cancer biology, genetics and epigenetics, immunology, medical physics, microbiology and infectious diseases, molecular and translational biology, neuroscience, quantitative sciences, therapeutics, and pharmacology. Next, we have Augusta University Medical College of Georgia in Augusta, Georgia. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs. So MD-PhD students are permitted to pursue training at Augusta University, Georgia Tech, Georgia State University, and the University of Georgia in the following programs. At Augusta, PhD programs include biochemistry and cancer biology, biostatistics, cellular biology and anatomy, genomic medicine, molecular oncology and immunology, neuroscience, oral biology and maxillofacial pathology, pharmacology, physiology, vascular biology. And then at Georgia Tech, programs include biomedical engineering, bioengineering, biology, chemistry, and biochemistry. At Georgia State University, programs include biology, chemistry, neuroscience, psychology, public health. And at the University of Georgia, programs include biochemistry and molecular biology, bioinformatics, cellular biology, chemistry, genetics, microbiology, neuroscience, pharmaceutical and biomedical sciences, public health. Next up, we have the Medical College of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is a MSTP. PhD programs include biochemistry, biomedical engineering, biophysics, biostatistics, cell and developmental biology, microbiology and immunology, pharmacology and toxicology, physiology, public and community health. Next, we have Medical University of South Carolina College of Medicine in Charleston, South Carolina. This is a MSTP with PhD programs like biochemistry and molecular biology, cell injury and repair, cell and molecular pharmacology and experimental therapeutics, drug discovery and biomedical sciences, gene medicine, lipidomics, microbiology and immunology, molecular and cellular biology and pathobiology, neurosciences, pathology, proteomics, regenerative medicine and cell biology, structural biology. Next, we have the Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee. This is a non-MSTP with PhDs, including the Healthcare Management and Economics program at UPenn. Next, we have the College of Human Medicine at Michigan State University in East Lansing, Michigan. This is a non-MSTP with PhD programs like all PhD programs available on campus, including African American and African Studies, Agricultural, Food and Resource Economics, Animal Science, Anthropology, Applied Mathematics, Astrophysics and Astronomy, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Biomedical Engineering, Biostatistics, Biosystems Engineering, Business Administration, Cell and Molecular Biology, Cellular, Molecular and Genetic Biology of Human Disease at the Van Andel Institute Graduate School, Chemical Engineering, Chemical Physics, Chemistry, Chicano Latino Studies, Civil Engineering, Communication, Communicative Sciences and Disorders, Community Sustainability, Comparative Medicine and Integrative Biology, Computational Mathematics, Science and Engineering, Computer Science, Counselor Education and Supervision, Criminal Justice, Crop and Soil Sciences, Curriculum, Instruction and Teacher Education, Earth and Environmental Sciences, Economics, Education Policy, Educational Psychology and Educational Technology, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Engineering Mechanics, English, Entomology, Environmental Engineering, Epidemiology, Fisheries and Wildlife. We also have Food Science, Forestry, French and Francophone Studies, Genetics and Genome Sciences, Geography, Geological Sciences, German Studies, Higher Adult and Lifelong Education. Then we have Hispanic Cultural Studies, History, Horticulture, Human Development and Family Studies, Human Nutrition, Human Resources and Labor Relations. We also have Information and Media, Integrative Biology, K through 12 Educational Administration, Kinesiology, Large Animal Clinical Sciences, Linguistics, Material Science and Engineering, Mathematics, Mathematics Education, Measurement and Quantitative Methods, Mechanical Engineering, Microbiology, Genetics and Immunology, Molecular, Cellular and Integrative Physiology, Music Education, Neuroscience, Nursing, Packaging, Pathobiology, Pharmacology and Toxicology, Philosophy, Physics, Planning, Design and Construction, Plant Biology, Plant Breeding, Genetics and Biotechnology, Crop and Soil Sciences, that major with a focus on forestry, that major with a focus on horticulture, and then plant biology, plant pathology, political science, psychology, rhetoric and writing, school psychology, second language studies, social work, sociology, speech, special education, statistics. Next, we have the Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlantic, Georgia. This is a non-MSTP with PhD programs like biomedical sciences. Next, we have the NIH Oxford Cambridge Scholars Program. This is a unique program where the MD location can vary widely, whereas the PhD is pursued at Oxford or Cambridge. This can either be a partnership with an MSTP or a non-MSTP medical school, as long as it has a partnership with the NIH Oxford Cambridge program and is LCME accredited. Many PhD programs are available at both Oxford and Cambridge. You want to see the program website for more information. Next, we have Northeast Ohio Medical University in Rootstown, Ohio. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include basic and translational biomedicine, biomedical sciences. Next, we have Northwestern Medicine Feinberg School of Medicine at Chicago, Illinois. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, chemistry and biological engineering, Drexel Graduate Program in Life Sciences, Health Sciences Integrated Program, Interdepartmental Neuroscience Program, Interdisciplinary Biological Sciences Graduate Program, Material Science and Engineering. Next, we have New York University Grossman School of Medicine at New York, New York. It's a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biophysics, biomedical imaging, and technology, biostatistics, cell biology, computational biomedicine, developmental genetics, epidemiology, immunology, and inflammation, microbiology, molecular oncology and tumor immunology, molecular, cellular, and translational neuroscience, population health, stem cell biology, systems, cognitive, and computational neuroscience. Next, we have the Ohio State University College of Medicine in Columbus, Ohio, an MSTP with PhDs including biomedical engineering, biomedical sciences, biophysics, chemistry, health and rehabilitation sciences, immunology and immunotherapeutics, microbiology, neuroscience, public health. We have the Oregon Health Sciences University School of Medicine in Portland, Oregon. It's a non-MSTP with PhDs like behavioral and systems neuroscience, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, neuroscience, biomedical sciences. We also have Penn State College of Medicine in Hershey, Pennsylvania. This is an MSTP with PhDs like anthropology, bioinformatics and genomics, biomedical sciences, engineering sciences and mechanics, molecular, cellular, and integrative biosciences, neuroscience. We also have the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, which is one of the, if not the largest, MD-PhD program in the country. It is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is an MSTP with PhDs like anthropology, biochemistry, biophysics, chemical biology, bioengineering, cell and molecular biology, chemistry, epidemiology and biostatistics, genomics and computational biology, healthcare management at the Wharton School of Business, history and sociology of science, immunology, neuroscience, pharmacology. We also have the Renaissance School of Medicine at Stony Brook University in Stony Brook, New York. This is an MSTP. PhDs include applied mathematics and statistics, biochemistry and structural biology, bioinformatics, biomedical engineering, chemistry, genetics, molecular and cellular biology, molecular and cellular pharmacology, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience. Next, we have the Rutgers University, New Jersey Medical School at Newark, New Jersey. This is a non-MSTP with PhDs like cell biology, neuroscience and physiology, molecular biology, genetics and cancer, infection, immunity, inflammation, biomedical engineering. We also have the Rutgers Health Robert Wood Johnson Medical School at Piscataway, New Jersey. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, cell and developmental biology, cellular and molecular pharmacology, microbiology and molecular genetics, physiology and integrative biology. Next, we have the St. Louis University School of Medicine in St. Louis, Missouri. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, microbiology and immunology, pharmacological and physiological science, healthcare ethics, health and clinical outcomes research. Next, we have the Thomas Jefferson University, Sidney Kimmel Medical College in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a non-MSTP. PhD include biochemistry, structural and molecular biology, cell biology and regenerative medicine, genetics, genomics, and cancer biology, immunology and microbial pathogenesis, molecular physiology and translational medicine, neuroscience. Next, we have the Spencer Fox Eccles School of Medicine at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biomedical informatics, biochemistry, human genetics, microbiology and immunology, neurobiology and anatomy, neuroscience, occupational and environmental health, oncological sciences, population health sciences, public health, physiology. Next, we have Stanford University School of Medicine in Stanford, California. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, bioengineering, biology, biomedical data science, biomedical physics, biophysics, cancer biology, chemical and systems biology, developmental biology, epidemiology and clinical research, genetics, health policy, immunology, microbiology and immunology, molecular and cellular physiology, neurosciences, stem cell biology and regenerative medicine, structural biology. Next, we have Upstate Medical University Allen and Merlene Norton College of Medicine in Syracuse, New York. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cell and developmental biology, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience and physiology, pharmacology. Next, we have the Texas A&M University College of Medicine in Bryan, Texas. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include medical sciences. Next, we have the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center School of Medicine in Lubbock, Texas. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, cellular and molecular biology, molecular biophysics, translational neuroscience, and pharmacology. We also have the University of Texas Health San Antonio, Joe R. and Teresa Lozano Long School of Medicine in San Antonio, Texas. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, health sciences, nursing science, radiological sciences, translational science, integrated biomedical sciences. Next, we have the College of Medicine and Life Sciences at the University of Toledo in Toledo, Ohio. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical science. Next, we have the Warren Alpert Medical School at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include therapeutic sciences, pathobiology, neuroscience, molecular biology, cell biology, and biochemistry, ecology, evolution, and organismal biology, computational and molecular biology, biomedical engineering. Next, we have Tufts University School of Medicine in Boston, Massachusetts. This is a MSTP. PhDs include cell, molecular, and developmental biology, genetics, immunology, molecular microbiology, neuroscience. Next, we have the Tulane School of Medicine at New Orleans, Louisiana. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences. Next, we have the Uniformed Services University F. Edward Hebert School of Medicine in Bethesda, Maryland. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include emerging infectious diseases, molecular and cell biology, neuroscience, medical and clinical psychology, environmental health sciences, medical zoology, health professions education. Next, we have the University of Alabama, Birmingham, Hersing School of Medicine in Birmingham, Alabama. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, biochemistry and structural biology, biostatistics, cancer biology, cell, molecular, and developmental biology, epidemiology, genetics, genomics, and bioinformatics, healthcare organization and policy, immunology, microbiology, neuroscience, nutrition sciences, pathobiology, pharmacology and physiology, rehabilitation sciences, vision science. Next, we have the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Tucson, in Tucson, Arizona. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, cancer biology, clinical translational sciences, cellular and molecular medicine, neuroscience, optical sciences, medical pharmacology, physiological sciences, genetics, biochemistry, chemistry, drug discovery, immunobiology. Next, we have the College of Medicine at the University of Arizona in Phoenix, Arizona, non-MSTP. PhDs include clinical translational sciences. Next, we have the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include interdisciplinary biomedical sciences. Next, we have the UC Davis, or University of California Davis Health School of Medicine in Sacramento, California. This is a non-MSTP. MD-PhD students can pursue their PhD in any graduate program offered through the Office of Graduate Studies, including agricultural and environmental chemistry, agricultural and resource economics, animal behavior, animal biology, anthropology, applied mathematics, atmospheric sciences, biochemistry, molecular, cellular, and developmental biology, biological systems engineering, biomedical engineering, biophysics, biostatistics, chemical engineering, chemistry and chemical biology, civil and environmental engineering, communication, comparative literature, computer science, cultural studies, earth and planetary sciences, ecology, economics, education, electrical and computer engineering, energy systems, English, entomology, epidemiology, geography, German, history, horticultural and agronomy, human development, hydrologic sciences, immunology, integrative genetics and genomics, integrative pathobiology, linguistics, materials science and engineering, mathematics, mechanical and aerospace engineering, microbiology, molecular, cellular, and integrative physiology, music, Native American studies, neuroscience, nursing science and healthcare leadership, nutritional biology, performance studies, pharmacology and toxicology, philosophy, physics, plant biology, plant pathology, political science, population biology, psychology, public health sciences, sociology, soils and biogeochemistry, Spanish, statistics, study of religion, transportation technology and policy. Next, we have the UC, University of California, Irvine School of Medicine at Irvine, California. This is a MSTP, PhD. So MD-PhD students can pursue their graduate work in any department at UCI, including anthropology, biological sciences, biomedical engineering, biomedical sciences, chemical and biomolecular engineering, chemistry, civil and environmental engineering, classics, cognitive sciences, comparative literature, computational science, computer science, criminology, law and society, culture and theory, drama and theater, earth system science, East Asian studies, economics, education, electrical and computer engineering, English, environmental health sciences, epidemiology, film and media studies, German, global studies, history and theory of music, informatics, integrated composition, improvisation, and technology, language science, management, material science and engineering, mathematical, computational, and systems biology, mathematics, mechanical and aerospace engineering, networked systems, nursing science, pharmacological sciences, philosophy, physics, political science, psychological science, public health, social ecology, social science, sociology, software engineering, Spanish, statistics, transportation science, urban and environmental planning and policy, visual studies. Next, we have the University of California, Los Angeles, David Geffen School of Medicine, Caltech Partnership Program. UCLA School of Medicine is in Los Angeles, California. This is a MSTP. PhDs include, so MD-PhD students can earn their PhD in any program at UCLA or Caltech. Some representative UCLA PhD programs that are really core to the MD-PhD program, meaning that a majority of PhD, or rather a majority of MD-PhD students end up doing one of these PhD programs include biochemistry, molecular and structural biology, bioengineering, bioinformatics, biology, biostatistics, chemistry, anthropology, history. At Caltech, all the PhD programs are available, including chemical engineering, chemistry, civil engineering, computation and neural systems, computer science, computing and mathematical sciences, control and dynamical systems, electrical engineering, environmental science and engineering, geobiology, geochemistry, geology, geophysics, material science, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical engineering, neurobiology, physics, planetary science, social and decision neuroscience, social science, space engineering. Next, we have the University of California, Riverside School of Medicine at Riverside, California. This is a non-MSTP. PhD programs include biomedical sciences. Next, we have the University of California, San Diego School of Medicine in La Jolla, California. This is an MSTP. Specific PhD programs available to MSTP students are not explicitly stated on the website that I could find. However, it's implied that many programs are available, not just at UCSD, but also at adjacent institutions like the Salk Institute, Scripps Institute, Burnham Institute, and several others. There are, even though there aren't explicit PhD programs mentioned, there are for sure a lot of research opportunities in the MSc program here. Next, we have the University of California at San Francisco School of Medicine in San Francisco, California. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, bioengineering, bioinformatics, biomedical sciences, biophysics, cellular biology, chemistry and chemical biology, developmental biology, developmental and stem cell biology, genetics, medical anthropology, neuroscience. Next, we have the University of Central Florida College of Medicine in Orlando, Florida. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences. Next, we have the Pritzker School of Medicine at the University of Chicago in Chicago, Illinois. This is a MSTP. PhDs include cancer biology, immunology, molecular metabolism and nutrition, ecology and evolution, medical physics, biochemistry and molecular biophysics, cell and molecular biology, genetics, genomics, and systems biology, computational neuroscience, neurobiology, chemistry, computer science, molecular engineering. Next, we have the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, biostatistics, health informatics, and data sciences, cancer and cell biology, development, stem cells, and regenerative medicine, environmental health, immunology, internal medicine, molecular genetics, biochemistry, and microbiology, neuroscience, pharmacology, physiology, and neurobiology, sociology. Next, we have the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus School of Medicine in Aurora, Colorado. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, bioengineering, biomedical sciences, cancer biology, cell biology, stem cells and development, chemical and biological engineering, computational bioscience, human medical genetics and genomics, immunology, integrative physiology, microbiology, molecular biology, molecular, cellular, and developmental biology, neuroscience, pharmacology, structural biology, and biochemistry. Next, we have the University of Connecticut School of Medicine in Farmington, Connecticut. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical science. Next, we have the University of Florida College of Medicine in Gainesville, Florida. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, biomedical sciences, biostatistics, clinical health psychology, epidemiology, genetics and genomics, health outcomes and biomedical informatics, medical physics, nursing science, pharmaceutical sciences, public health with several different concentrations including environmental health, health services research, and One Health. We also have rehabilitation sciences and veterinary medical sciences. Next, we have the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. This is the MSTP. PhD programs include cancer biology, cell biology and regenerative medicine, integrative and translation physiology, microbiology, immunity and inflammation, molecular biology and genetics, neurobiology, neuroscience, biological sciences, biomedical engineering, public health, pharmaceutical sciences. Next, we have the Carver College of Medicine in Iowa City, Iowa. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, biomedical science program, cancer biology, cell and developmental biology, experimental pathology, free radical and radiation biology, genetics, human toxicology, immunology, microbiology, molecular medicine, molecular physiology and biophysics, neuroscience, pharmacology, chemical and biological engineering, biomedical engineering, biostatistics, community and behavioral health, epidemiology. Next, we have the University of Kansas School of Medicine in Kansas City, Kansas. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include cell biology, environmental and occupational health, immunology, microbiology, molecular medicine, molecular biology, genetics and physiology, neuroscience, pharmacology, reproductive and developmental biology, structural biology, toxicology. Next, we have the University of Kentucky College of Medicine in Lexington, Kentucky. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include clinical and translational science, molecular and cellular biochemistry, microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics, neuroscience, pharmacology and nutritional sciences, physiology, toxicology and cancer biology, epidemiology and biostatistics, biomedical engineering, clinical and experimental therapeutics, medicinal, bioorganic, and computational chemistry, pharmaceutical chemistry and engineering, pharmaceutical outcomes and policy, pharmacology, and experimental therapeutics. Next, we have the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include anatomical sciences and neurobiology, biochemistry and molecular genetics, microbiology and immunology, pharmacology and toxicology, physiology. Next, we have the University of Maryland School of Medicine in Baltimore, Maryland. This is the MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, epidemiology and human genetics, molecular microbiology and immunology, molecular medicine, neuroscience, bioengineering. Next, we have the UMass Chan Medical School in Worcester, Massachusetts. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences with several concentrations. Next, we have the Miller School of Medicine at the University of Miami in Miami, Florida. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, biomedical engineering, cancer biology, cellular physiology and molecular biophysics, human genetics and genomics, microbiology and immunology, molecular and cellular pharmacology, molecular, cell, and developmental biology, neuroscience, public health sciences. Next, we have the University of Michigan Medical School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is a MSTP. PhDs include bioinformatics, biological chemistry, cancer biology, cell and developmental biology, cellular and molecular biology, genetics and genomics, health infrastructures and learning systems, immunology, microbiology and immunology, molecular and integrative physiology, molecular and cell pathology, molecular, cellular, and developmental biology, neuroscience, pharmacology. Next, we have the University of Minnesota Medical School. This is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is an MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, molecular biology, and biophysics, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, and computational biology, epidemiology, health services research and policy administration, integrative biology and physiology, medicinal chemistry, microbiology, immunology, and cancer biology, molecular, cellular, developmental biology, and genetics, molecular pharmacology and therapeutics, neuroscience. Next, we have the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, Mississippi. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences, cell and molecular biology, clinical anatomy, experimental therapeutics and pharmacology, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience, nursing, physiology and biophysics. Next, we have the University of Missouri School of Medicine in Columbia, Missouri. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include translational biosciences, biochemistry, microbiology, immunology, pathology, pharmacology, and physiology. We also have the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha, Nebraska. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, bioinformatics and systems biology, cancer research, immunology, pathology, and infectious diseases, integrative physiology and molecular medicine, molecular genetics and cell biology, neuroscience, applied behavior analysis, biological defense and health security, clinical and translational research mentored scholars program, clinically relevant basic research, health practice and medical education, oral biology, patient-oriented research, biomedical informatics, biostatistics, environmental health, occupational health and toxicology, epidemiology, health promotion and disease prevention research, health services and policy research, nursing, pharmaceutical sciences. Next, we have the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine in Reno, Nevada. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, biomedical engineering, cellular and molecular pharmacology and physiology, cell and molecular biology, speech pathology and audiology, integrative neuroscience. Next, we have the University of New Mexico School of Medicine in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences. Next, we have the University of North Carolina School of Medicine in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and biophysics, bioinformatics and computational biology, biomedical engineering, biostatistics, cell biology and physiology, chemistry, computer science. I'll say that again. Computer science, curriculum in genetics and molecular biology, neuroscience, economics, environmental sciences and engineering, epidemiology, exercise and sports science, health policy and administration, maternal and child health, mathematics, microbiology and immunology, nutrition, pathobiology and translational science, pathology and laboratory medicine, pharmaceutical sciences, pharmacology, philosophy, psychology, sociology, toxicology, and environmental medicine. We also have the University of North Dakota School of Medicine and Health Sciences in Grand Forks, North Dakota. PhDs include biomedical sciences. Next, we have the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences College of Medicine in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cell biology, microbiology and immunology, pathology, physiology. Next, we have the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biomedical informatics, cell biology and molecular physiology, cellular and molecular pathology, clinical and translational science, computational biology, integrative systems biology, microbiology and immunology, molecular biophysics and structural biology, molecular genetics and developmental biology, molecular pharmacology, neuroscience, human genetics, environmental and occupational health, epidemiology, health policy and management, chemistry, neuroscience, bioengineering. MSTP students are also permitted to earn their PhD in the following programs at Carnegie Mellon University: biological sciences, biomedical engineering, neurocomputation, psychology, social and decision sciences, systems neuroscience. Next, we have the University of Puerto Rico School of Medicine in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include anatomy and neurobiology, biochemistry, biomedical sciences, microbiology and medical zoology, pharmacology and toxicology, physiology. Next, we have the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry in Rochester, New York. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, biology, biomedical engineering, biomedical genetics, biophysics, brain and cognitive sciences, chemistry, epidemiology, health services, research and policy, microbiology and immunology, neurobiology and anatomy, neuroscience, optics, pathology, pharmacology and physiology, physics, statistics, toxicology, translational biomedical science. Next, we have the University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Columbia, in Columbia, South Carolina. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include integrated biomedical sciences. We also have the University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, molecular biology, cellular biology, anatomy, pharmacology, physiology, microbiology, immunology, neuroscience. Next, we have the University of Tennessee Health Science Center in Memphis, Tennessee. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering, biomedical sciences, health outcomes and policy research, nursing science, pharmaceutical sciences, speech and hearing science. Next, we have the University of Texas Galveston Health in Galveston, Texas. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cell biology, experimental pathology, microbiology and immunology, neuroscience, pharmacology and toxicology, population health sciences, bioethics and health humanities, rehabilitation sciences, bioethics and health humanities. Next, we have the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas, Texas. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biological chemistry, biomedical engineering, cancer biology, cell and molecular biology, clinical psychology, genetics, development and disease, immunology, molecular biophysics, molecular microbiology, neuroscience, organic chemistry. Next, we have the University of Virginia School of Medicine in Charlottesville, Virginia. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences, biomedical engineering. Next, we have the University of Washington School of Medicine in Seattle, Washington. This is a MSTP. PhDs include all departments and interdisciplinary programs at the University of Washington. To list these out, these include aeronautics and astronautics, anthropology, applied mathematics, aquatic and fishery sciences, art history, Asian languages and literature, astronomy, atmospheric and climate science, atmospheric sciences, biochemistry, bioengineering, biological physics, structure and design, biology, biomedical and health informatics, biostatistics, built environment, business administration, chemical engineering, chemistry, cinema and media studies, civil and environmental engineering, classics, communication, computer science and engineering, computer science and systems, digital arts and experimental media, drama, earth and space sciences, economics, education, electrical engineering, English language and literature, environmental and forest sciences, environmental health sciences, epidemiology, gender, women and sexuality studies, genome sciences, geography, German studies, global health metrics and implementation science, health metrics sciences, health services, Hispanic studies, history, human-centered design and engineering, immunology, industrial and systems engineering, information science, international studies, law, linguistics, materials science and engineering, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medicinal chemistry, microbiology, molecular and cellular biology, molecular engineering, molecular medicine and mechanisms of disease, music, Near and Middle Eastern studies, interdisciplinary, neuroscience, nursing science, oceanography, oral health sciences, pathobiology, pharmaceutics, pharmacology, pharmacy, philosophy, physics, political science, psychology, public health, public policy and governance, quantitative ecology and resource management, Scandinavian studies, Slavic languages and literatures, social welfare, sociology, speech and hearing sciences, statistics. Next, we have the University of Wisconsin-Madison School of Medicine and Public Health in Madison, Wisconsin. This is an MSTP. PhDs include audiology, biomedical data science, biomedical engineering, biophysics, cancer biology, cellular and molecular biology, cellular and molecular pathology, chemistry, clinical investigation, communication sciences and disorders, comparative biomedical sciences, computer sciences, endocrinology, epidemiology, genetics, history of science, medicine, and technology, integrated program in biochemistry, kinesiology, medical physics, microbiology, molecular and cellular pharmacology, molecular and environmental toxicology, neuroscience, nutritional sciences, population health sciences, psychology. University of South Florida, Morsani College of Medicine is in Tampa, Florida. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include medical sciences. Next, we have the Vanderbilt School of Medicine in Nashville, Tennessee. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, biological sciences, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics, cancer biology, cell and developmental biology, chemical and physical biology, epidemiology, health policy and health services research, human genetics, mechanical engineering, microbe-host interactions, molecular pathology and immunology, molecular physiology and biophysics, neuroscience, pharmacology. Next, we have the Virginia Commonwealth University School of Medicine in Richmond, Virginia. This is a MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, human genetics, neuroscience, microbiology and immunology, pharmacology and toxicology, physiology and biophysics, medical physics. Next, we have the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine in Roanoke, Virginia. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical engineering at Wake Forest University. Speaking of Wake Forest University, their School of Medicine is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, biomedical engineering, cancer biology, integrative physiology and pharmacology, microbiology and immunology, molecular genetics and genomics, molecular medicine and translational science, neuroscience. Next, we have the Washington University in St. Louis School of Medicine in St. Louis, Missouri. This is a MSTP. PhDs include anthropology, biochemistry, biophysics and structural biology, biomedical engineering, biomedical informatics and data science, cancer biology, computational and systems biology, developmental, regenerative, and stem cell biology, immunology, molecular cell biology, molecular genetics and genomics, molecular microbiology and microbial pathogenesis, neurosciences, physics. Next, we have the Wayne State School of Medicine in Detroit, Michigan. This is a non-MSCP. PhDs include anatomy and cell biology, biochemistry and molecular biology, cancer biology, immunology and microbiology, medical physics, molecular genetics and genomics, pathology, pharmacology, physiology, translational neuroscience. Next, we have the Weill Cornell Medicine. So this is at the Cornell University School of Medicine in New York, New York. This is at MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry, structural biology, cell biology, developmental biology, molecular biology, immunology and microbial pathogenesis, neuroscience, pharmacology, physiology, biophysics and systems biology, population health sciences, bioscience at the Rockefeller University, cancer biology at the Gerstner Sloan Kettering Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, and then cancer engineering also at the Gerstner Sloan Kettering Graduate School. We also have the West Virginia University Medicine in Morgantown, West Virginia. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biochemistry and molecular biology, cancer cell biology, cellular and integrative physiology, pathophysiology, rehabilitation and performance, immunology and microbial pathogenesis, neuroscience, pharmaceutical and pharmacological sciences, clinical and translational science, public health sciences. Next, we have the Western Michigan University Homer Stryker School of Medicine in Kalamazoo, Michigan. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include cellular and molecular biology at the Van Endel Institute Graduate School. Next, we have the Boonshoft School of Medicine at Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. This is a non-MSTP. PhDs include biomedical sciences. And then last, but certainly not least at all, is Yale University School of Medicine in New Haven, Connecticut. Yale has an MSTP. PhDs include cell biology, cellular and molecular physiology, computational biology and biomedical informatics, genetics, immunobiology, interdepartmental neuroscience program, microbiology, molecular biophysics and biochemistry, molecular, cellular, and developmental biology, pathology and molecular medicine, pharmacology, translational biomedicine, epidemiology of microbial diseases, biostatistics, chronic disease epidemiology, environmental health sciences, health policy and management, biomedical engineering, history of science, history of medicine, anthropology, social sciences, applied mathematics, religious studies. I hope that was helpful to someone. Let me know if you have any questions. Some videos I'm thinking of making are things like, what are the funding structures at all these schools? Let me know if that would be helpful. Let me know if you have any questions related to anything in this video. And thanks for watching.